Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Now, I want to give you guys a Ego rumor mill. As the title suggests, this is a rumor. It's not finalized, it's not 100% official, and you know how it goes down in boxing. Ego rumor mill, aka ERM, but check the track record with the rumor mill. It's been pretty respectable, I would say. But again, it has its own playlist. You can go through, look through past rumors. Now, as you guys seen in the title, the latest rumor is that, and I'm not going to reveal my sources, I never do. Some people are like, oh, how do you know? And I mean, take it for what it's worth, believe it or don't. But from what I hear, Adonis Superman Stevenson and Chad Dawson looks like the ticket for next in Canada this summer. So obviously a rematch. They already fought each other a couple years ago before Fonfara beat Chad. Before he beat Chad Dawson, that was his last fight, and before he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Nathan Cleverly. So he's done some things since the first fight. So, and he lost too. He lost to Joe Smith Jr. So it'll be interesting to see if they do this. Now, I want to give you guys kind of a back story and a little bit of I guess my thoughts on the whole situation. For Adonis Stevenson, I think Adonis is clearly talented. I mean, obviously he gets a bad rap because we haven't seen him fight Kovalev, and some people blame him. But fast forward to the future, I'm realistic. Part of it, I think him jumping networks and stuff, it seemed like it was his fault. It seemed like he didn't want it. But then more recently, it was Main Events and Kovalev's fault because they were going to go to a purse bid and they didn't want Al Heyman's side and Stevenson's side on Showtime to win the purse bid and be able to put it on Showtime or PBC. So they told, I think it was the WBC, that they wanted to push their mandatory status or whatever it was for the Adonis Stevenson fight, and then it was about to go to purse bid, and they got scared because HBO might not be the winning bidder. And if that was the case, if Lou DiBella or somebody who works with Al Heyman and PBC outbid HBO or Main Events, then the fight could be placed elsewhere, and they liked their relationship with HBO. So bottom line, the fight didn't happen. However, aside from Kovalev, because Kovalev has his own business now with Andre Ward and whatnot, but aside from that fight not happening, Adonis Stevenson, again, he's talented. I think he has smoke. That left hand, he has one of the best left hands, one of the most powerful left hands in the business. However, he's done some call outs, said he wants to fight Andre Ward, said he wants to fight Kovalev, but we don't see it. Instead, what we have seen is he fought Sakio Bika after Anthony Durrell, I believe, after Andre Ward had already fought him, right? He fought Tommy Carpensey. I think Chad Dawson had fought him by that time. And he's fought some people that we don't really know and haven't heard of. And in my opinion, Chad Dawson is the last major name and major win for him. He also fought Tavoris Cloud. I thought he looked good in that fight, showed his boxing ability along with the power, but that was after Bernard Hopkins had already beat the undefeated Tavoris Cloud. And Bernard Hopkins, we all know, was like, he was like 49, maybe 50 at the time when he beat Tavoris Cloud. So I want to see Adonis Stevenson. I think he's talented. I want to see him fight the better Bievs, the Kovalevs, the Wards and stuff, and not just talk about it. And I think that's kind of the biggest criticism. As far as the Andrzej Fonfara, it's solid. I still think it's kind of a dangerous fight for Fonfara just because he already beat you, and Fonfara is one fight removed from being stopped by Joe Smith Jr. So I probably would have preferred a fight with like a Joe Smith Jr. just because he's on a 2-win knockout hot streak, knocked out Fonfara, knocked out a legend in Bernard Hopkins, knocked him through the ropes. So I would rather see something like that. But Fonfara is tough, he's game. He has a new trainer now. He's with Virgil Hunter, and he's kind of going back to the basics. I did think most people thought he was losing his last fight with Chad Dawson, but he ended up stopping Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson's better than people give credit for. I think it was Floyd Mayweather Sr. that said something like Chad Dawson is the best naturally gifted boxer he's ever worked with. Something to that. It was like a high praise like that. But Chad Dawson's not always mentally where he needs to be. And after Andre Ward stopped Chad Dawson, he just didn't look the same. He got stopped by Stevenson, didn't look great, and got injured versus Fonfara. His body didn't even, Fonfara, and then also Tommy Carpenter got injured in that fight. His body, he didn't look like the same bad Chad Dawson shape as when he was fighting Pascal and stuff like that. So Stevenson-Fonfara too. Again, it's a dangerous fight just because Fonfara, I would like to have seen Fonfara, again, it's not finalized, but I would like to see Fonfara maybe take another, because Chad Dawson was outboxing him at first before the knockout. I would like to see him take maybe 1 or 2 more fights before getting the rematch. But, you know, what the saying goes, money talks. You get a call, big fight opportunity. You feel, I mean, the first fight was good with Stevenson. They traded knockdowns. Adonis knocked him down first, and I think the very next round, Fonfara knocked him down. So I don't know. Maybe he feels now is his time, and everything's clicking with Virgil Hunter, and he's ready for the fight. But that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that this may happen. Now, just to give you guys some more insight, the fight that they were talking about, there's several fights. Adonis versus Joe Smith Jr. That was being talked about months ago. Don't know what happened. They were going to put in the new stadium or rebuilt stadium or something in New York where Joe Smith Jr. is from. I don't know what happened. Fell apart. Then they were looking at another New Yorker, Sean Monahan, which I seen him. I got to see, I think, his last fight. I don't know if he's fought since then, but I went to the Terrence Crawford versus John Molina Jr. card in December in Omaha, and he was on that undercard. But the problem with that fight is something happened in negotiations, and it didn't go smoothly. Plus, I don't think HBO or Showtime or whatever network is dying to pick it up. Sean Monahan, I heard he has a good following in New York, but he doesn't have the mass appeal. He doesn't have the, you know what I mean, the name yet. So even though he's undefeated or whatever the situation is, and maybe can provide a good test, you still got to get the networks buy-in, and, you know what I mean, pay the licensing fee. And if they don't want that fight, then it makes it a hard sell. So I think they're probably more eager to put Fonfara, because Fonfara just fought Chad Dawson and he got a knockout, even though it wasn't televised, but that was on the Garcia Thurman undercard. So that's what it looks like. It looks like they're moving on from the Sean Monahan situation to possibly inking the deal for the rematch between Adonis Stevenson and Andrzej Fonfara. But I've seen Fonfara train and stuff. He looks like he's definitely in good shape. He's a big dude, and Adonis has been inactive, so you never really know, because it's not like he's the most active. But there's some names at light heavyweight. We need to start getting through these fights so we can see the winner of this fight versus like Artur Beterbiev, Kovalev, Ward 2 winner. There's Joe Smith Jr., as I mentioned. Light heavyweight's kind of popping. There's some different people. You still got guys like Sullivan, Barrera, Shabransky. There's some names up there. So I'm just ready to see it. I want to see the light heavyweight division just like back-to-back fights with light heavyweights, top level light heavyweights, like the #1 guy versus the #4 guy, or the #6 guy versus #2 guy. You know what I mean? Just mix and match, kind of like the heavyweight division. If you look at it concurrently, there's like a lot of heavyweight. You got Joshua Klitschko, you have Shannon the Cannon Briggs versus Fresh Quindo for a title, you have Joseph Parker versus Huey Fury, you have Tyson Fury, maybe he can pop his head back in, you know what I mean? Deontay Wilder might be there. Luis Ortiz is fighting Humberto Porter. So we need to get the light heavyweight division like that, where it's like, bam, Adonis is fighting Ward Kovalev in June, Beterbiev is fighting somebody notable, Sullivan, Barrera, you know what I'm saying? So we can start getting to the prime matchups of the #1 and #2 guy. I mean, most people believe it's Ward and Kovalev, but still, there's some people that could make it interesting, like Beterbiev, Adonis Stevenson, and things like that. So that's what I heard. Ego Rumor Mill. Let me know what you guys think of a rematch between Adonis Superman Stevenson and Andrzej Fonfara. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why or why not? Who would you pick in the rematch? Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.